Okay, so we've got the sheriff's cup. That's from doing AA and church in jail back in the day. And the thumbnail is a picture of a hanging face outside my door. There's a raven on top of him, but I couldn't get them both in the picture. And the picture on the thumbnail is kind of like a picture of a surprise face, right? You can tell me what you think. But, and the sheriff's cup, right? Trying to help people in jail, and the sheriff putting people in jail. It's all significant because the tower is the main card on the bottom, and the chariot is right after it. Then we have the death card, which is transformation, with the Six of Swords. Six of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles. I am going to explain this all. I'm just picking the cards off the bottom of my favorite deck today. Eight of Cups, Nine of Pentacles, there's phlegm, and the Three of Cups. Okay, now, in Astro last night, there was a major flood that I'm supposed to speak on, so somebody might have a major flood. And I was with some people in a rental car in a big warehouse where there were probably, I don't know, 25 rental cars. And the floods came and wiped out the whole warehouse except for our car. We were divinely protected. So there's one example of the tower coming in, but you yourself are divinely protected in your own little bubble. Okay? And then the other thing in Astro was the words, no call, no show. No show, no call. So whatever that's going to mean to you, but to me, what it meant was that anybody that hasn't called or showed up till this point, probably, I'm not saying positively, but positively, or I said not positively, but you heard it twice say positively. So the spirit, I think, is trying to say something here. Not going to be going with me on my mission. Okay, time's up type of thing, even though there's no time. Also in the energy, it's tower energy because it's really intense. So it's like if you didn't do something, it's probably not going to happen now. So like if you didn't give up your addiction, if you didn't quit your job, if you didn't leave that toxic relationship, the tower is probably going to happen now and make it where you have to leave and it's more painful, or you're stuck. Just stuck. Okay? So it's very intense. I woke up feeling great. I feel great right now because I've made all the right decisions. And it's kind of like all the stuff on the side is no longer there. I feel like the person in the warehouse where when the flood left, it was like it came in like a hurricane. And when it left, the whole warehouse was empty. And it was just my car with my people in it. And it was, I don't even know who the people were. They were not like boyfriend or family. It was like coworkers, you know. mission people. You know, we were on a mission. We were renting a car, and it felt so relieving because the flood was gone. All the cars were tipped over and outside, you know, like how a hurricane would take them. And we were just sitting there dry, happy, comfortable, like nothing ever happened. And what we were actually doing was we were actually figuring out where we were going, because it was no call, no show text to everybody. So if they didn't call and they didn't show up, they weren't going. So the Tower and the Chariot, it comes in really fast. You don't realize it. Just like sitting in a rental car and the flood coming in, you don't even see it, hear it happening. Okay? It wasn't like we were told that there was bad weather. Now, there is supposed to be bad weather this weekend, all over the place. But you're being forewarned. But even though you're forewarned, you can't prepare exactly for any of this. You know yourself, you can't prepare. There's just no way. Okay, I'm just going to put it that way. There's just no way. Death comes no matter what. Now, there's no such thing as death. It's just transformation onto a different level, into a different dimension, into a different avatar. This death card, I am feeling real death on the Tower and the Chariot. And I'm definitely feeling death of situations. Just like I said, if you haven't done what you were supposed to do up until this point, well, then it's happening right now. And you're either stuck or you're going to go through something major to show you, oh, you know, I should have stopped that. Like, for instance, I will give you a great example. I should really quit drinking and driving. Oh, I really should quit drinking and driving. And then you get into a car accident, drunk, you get a DUI, you're in the hospital, you might have killed somebody, you might be going to prison. You see how everything, just a tower came in really fast and you wake up in a bunch of shit, right? That's this energy. So it's not only about the weather, it's about the choices you've made. It could be about your job. You haven't quit, you haven't quit, you haven't quit. So you haven't figured anything out, and the boss says you're fired, or the company gets shut down because they were illegitimate, illegal. You know, and then there you sit with all these bills and no job. Okay? Those are just some examples of it. Comes in so quickly. So quickly. So we've got the Tower, the Chariot, and the Death card. That's some heavy duty stuff. Okay? The other thing I wanted to tell you is I asked for some confirmation on readers and people. You see all these lights shining on me? These are all spirit beams. This level is really intense. It's very magical, and it's really cool. It's exactly what it looks like. But anyways, I asked for some confirmation on some readers that I was listening to, and I'll give you an example. One guy was talking for about 6 minutes. Everything sounded really good. All of a sudden, his animal came in the room and started barking, and he went, "Shut the fuck up," to his dog. And it was so mean and so cruel and so evil of a feeling that I immediately shut off the recorder, the YouTube here, and I unsubscribed from him. That was about, 5 seconds of him talking out of a 7-minute video, and the energy just went to evil in a second. The way he talked to his dog. Now, I'm not going to say nothing to that person. If they're watching, they'll know who they are, but they'll have every excuse in the book. Oh, well, I have to talk like that to him. I'm training him, or, oh, this, or, oh, that. You know what? oh, whatever. Energy don't lie to me. And it was the most evilest energy that came out of him. It was like when you watch a shapeshifter, if you've ever seen a shapeshifter, one minute they look like this, and the next minute they look like a lizard or a reptilian, or they have horns. I'm sure most of you watching my station have experienced that somewhere. But anyway, it was just the most evilest feeling. So that was my confirmation. That guy is not who he says he is. I don't care what you say. He's not. Okay? So I just unsubscribed. I don't have to tell him. The only reason I'm telling you is, one, he could be watching, and I hope he realizes that I seen right through him. And two, I want you to understand that you can be tricked by the nicest looking talking people on the planet, and they can be evil. And I really want you to pray for discernment. Pray for discernment. And if you don't know what the word discernment is, look it up and pray for it. Okay, sorry to go off on that, but I still get chills from how I felt when he said that to his dog. All he said was shut the fuck up to his dog. And those 3 words and the feeling was just overwhelmingly evil. So I don't need that. Okay, so the next row, we've got leaving for equal give and take, and I manifested it. So that's what I'm saying with the Chariot coming in. We were in the car and we were ready to go on our mission to tell the people that you didn't call, you didn't show up, you're not with us. So we're texting you this and saying we're leaving without you. That was what was going on, okay? And that's the 6 of Swords, the journey card. It is underneath the tower, okay? So it happens that quick. Just like I unsubscribed to that guy, just like when the flood came in, boom, right? Okay? The Chariot, because we want equal give and take. We're not playing, and our boss is God. So if we're not playing and our boss is God, it's going to be equal give and take. Just like if your employer doesn't pay you, you finally figure out I probably should get a different job, right? Well, I work for God and he pays very well. So then we have the 3 of Pentacles underneath the Death card. What I manifested is happening. What you manifested is happening. Okay, the waitress is on the way with your dinner that you ordered. Okay, now, does it taste good? Well, it depends. You're either going to get a shit sandwich. I could hardly say that. You're either going to get a shit sandwich if you went to the wrong place, or you're going to get a delicious meal. Okay? It depends who you manifested it to. Correct? Okay. So we're walking away from the past, 8 broken cups, okay? That's underneath the 6 of Swords in the tower. So it doesn't matter if you walked away from the past or not, because that tower is going to hit. The tower's coming in right now, okay? It could have happened yesterday, last night, tomorrow, but it's here, okay? I'm going to give it the weekend. These are timeless readings. So, of course, if you've seen this at a different time, you're on a different timeline and you're meant to see it when you see it. But for those of you following live every day, it's happening right now. The past is going to be gone. Just like when I said I'm on a new level and it's like these lights coming in, it's really that magical. It really is. And there's no going back. I can't go back to the old me once I'm the new me. And that's why all the people that didn't do what they were supposed to do, they're not coming in. They can't come in. Okay? The flood took them all out. Under equal give and take is the 9 of Pentacles. The 9 of Pentacles is a card of abundance. Okay? Not only does it have phlegm in the picture on Steve's shoulder there. But it's a card of abundance, okay? So it's under the equal give and take. So the paycheck's in the mail, but it's actually in the mailbox already. All you got to do is receive it. So are your hands open to receive? Are you ready to see the light coming in and know that you've advanced or didn't, right? So the equal give and take, your abundance is here. Checks already made out into your name. So it's time to celebrate the Three of Cups, underneath the Three of Pentacles, which was your manifestations, underneath Death, which is the transformation. So you went through the transformation, or the transformation is coming in like a tower, and you're going to experience it by waking up in that hospital, having to get sober, going to jail, realizing that you did some damage. You should have got that addiction figured out months ago when we had big warnings in the energy. You can go back to my videos and see for yourself. So Three of Cups, we're going to celebrate our abundance, but we're going to celebrate our abundance with the people that are around us, the ones that are on here now, the ones that said, "Here I am, Lord, send me." Okay, under that we have the Courageous card, which is the Two of Wands. Courageous and daring, that's what you were. So you're going to get your Ace of Pentacles. That's the Abundance card underneath the Nine of Pentacles. I can't give you any more than that. So it's kind of like you were asking for a new car, and the universe gave you a Lamborghini instead of just a normal car, a Nissan, right? A Nissan Rogue or something, right? I have a Frontier, the Star Trek, the Final Frontier. I have a Nissan Frontier. Instead of the Nissan Frontier, he gives me my 69 Corvette, okay? Instead of me getting my beach house, right, on the cliff with the beach and all that, I get my castle, my Mystic Mansion, my animal castle. Oh, is that exciting, right? Instead of just getting the Nine of Pentacles, I get the Ace of Pentacles. And that's all under equal give and take in the Chariot. Okay, then the Page of Swords is under the celebration because you did the work. Page of Swords in this with the manifestation and the Death card is just saying that you did the work. Pages are action and swords are truth. So that's why you're celebrating, because this is truth. This is definite truth, and you stuck by it. You didn't fall for the lies, and you didn't decide to be a liar. Okay? Two big things. Did you hear what I just said? You didn't listen to the lies, and you didn't become a liar. Because on this level that was underneath the one I'm on now, some of you are still there, but it's really tricky. And it's test after test after test. But this is the time when you get the paycheck and the report card. The paycheck and the report card are in your mailbox. The Fool card is a new beginning. So since you were courageous and daring, you get your new beginning. You didn't fall for the lies, the moon repeating itself. You stayed the night of questing, and you didn't fall for the bullshit. So since it's repeating, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. I'll pick a couple cards. Those were all cards from the bottom. We're going to pick a couple cards from the top and wrap this up. So what's the final on this? The Ten of Swords is done. You're done with the bullshit. Just what I said. You're done with it. You've had your 10 swords put in your back. Now you get 10 light beams instead of 10 swords. You transferred the swords into the light beams. Ace again, Ace of Questing, because you did a great job on your queue, on your quest. Okay, now for those of you that didn't do a good job on your questing, I already told you, you're going to have that tower come in. What you do with that tower, if you're one of them people that were in the cars that got flipped out of the warehouse, that are in the flood, you're going to have to sink or swim. Right? There's a song called Sink or Swim. I'll go ahead and put it on my playlist and do a short later for it. But you're going to have to either sink or swim. For those of you that were divinely protected and done what you were supposed to do, that you get the Ace of Q. Okay, you had the Ace of Pentacle and the Ace of Questing, which is the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles, which is meaning it can be an in and out energy. So what I mean by that is you can feel the beams at times, and at other times it might not feel like that, but just know that you're on the right track. You're on the highest level, and all we can do is be on the highest level. I was asked how to go up on timelines. The only way to go up on timelines is to cleanse all negative and karmic assignments that you have in front of you, which are like these tests. Did you leave your toxic situation? Did you leave your addiction? Have you devoted your life 100% to being an agent of God? If you said no to any one of them, you already can't move on, okay? Because you can't move onto a higher timeline with addictions, toxic baggage, and not working 100% for the spirit realm. So that's just a real quick crash course on how to get up to a different timeline. And that's what I was saying earlier about how a lot of you haven't done it, and I've been warning you and telling you, you watch my videos. Watch every video I've put out in the last month. You tell me. Okay, we're going to go ahead and close up. I am Miss Mystic, and I want to thank you for listening.